Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite of Europe by Champion Base, and we have got Tt.dragons up against Mouze for the second game, I do believe. I'm NZ, and I'm joined by Vince Metis Hill. It's been some time, buddy. How you doing?
Right, mate. It's been too long, actually. We used to cast. We were somewhat of a duo back in the day, but it has been quite some time, NZ. So I'm very interested and very excited to jump back in the saddle with along yourself. And yeah, today is going to be a fundraiser for championbase.com. If you go ahead and go over to championbase.com, you can go and donate into the fundraiser. If you donate a minimum of $1, you will be eligible to go to this skydiving parachute jump with 4 LOL pros, all expenses paid. And if you donate more than $5, you get a chance to win one of 150 copies of the t-shirt with support or feed. So head on over to championbase.com and get donating. But NZ, straight back at you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Feelings mutual with casting again. Obviously, it's very nice to be with you. We were a duo for about 2 years, I think. We came all the way from COD 4, jumped straight into League of Legends, straight in the deep end, and here we are now. And we are actually in the picks and bans, Vince, and I'm happy already. Alistair has been banned out. As long as Alistair's banned out, I'm fine.
Man, I remember not too long ago, you used to love Alistair. You used to absolutely love him.
Don't make me mention Udi and I got by.
Oh, it got better than that. I got Yorick and Corky mixed up and ended up featuring a whole new champion called Yorkie.
Yeah, I saw the image of that actually. Whoever made that is pretty boss.
It was quite embarrassing, but you know, thankfully the chat had a sense of humour and we kind of turned it into a good thing. And I also called Carthus Gallio. I don't know how you mix them two up, but I managed to do just that. So probably more derp tonight. I'm feeling a bit under the weather, so I'll try my best to produce some half-decent casting, NZ, but I am more than confident that you'll be able to bring that to the table yourself. So it should be all good.
Let's be honest, Vince, you are casting so much now. Like, I honestly don't see anyone else casting as much as you right now, so your dedication, Vince, is amazing. And I mean, all your casts are alright, Vince, so just... it's okay. But we are in the picks and bans. Like I said, Alistair, Carthus, Ari banned out for Tt.dragons, and for Mouze we have seen the Maokai, Anivia, and Irelia ban. Irelia pretty weird, and Maokai, unless they were played the first game. I didn't actually catch that. Malphite's been picked up first for Tt.dragons, and obviously Malphite, his ultimate, too strong.
Yeah, Unstoppable Force is really crazy. Oriana is still open. From what I can see, obviously I'm a tiny bit behind. I'm watching this stream alongside you guys at home. And the Oriana Malphite combination is crazy. We've been starting to see that happen more and more, flourishing in League of Legends, and I would love to see that just again. Irelia is somewhat of an anti-AD and AP carry. She can jump in with the Blade Surge and Equilibrium Strike and really lock down those carries. So it's understandable if they want to get rid of an Irelia. Maybe they'll factor towards an AD carry who doesn't necessarily have an escape, because Irelia is very strong against characters like an Ashe, for example, because Ashe cannot escape. If Irelia jumps on top of her, Ashe can only really flash away and hope for the peeling power of the rest of the team that just kind of sit in and help her out. But it's going to be seen very shortly. Corky and Leona have been picked up bot lane, NZ, and as you know, that is super strong.
Absolutely. We were actually talking about AD carries before we actually jumped straight into the cast, Vince. You know, Corky and Ezreal, probably both of our opinions, are the best AD carries at the moment because their scaling is just great. And with someone like Leona as a support, that CC she's going to bring to the team fights as well as in lane is going to be absolutely incredible. And then you've got Malphite on top of that. Candy Panda has picked up the Vladimir. Whoever he's going to play, he's going to be running cleanse. You can completely see why. I mean, you've got Leone, you've got a Malphite, and on the opposite side, a Moo on the verge of getting picked, and a Graves. So, you know, Graves, one of the AD carries, the main attraction to Graves is just his burst damage. I mean, his burst is absolutely incredible, and working with a Moo, that could work really well with the bandage toss. And then you've got, obviously, the crescendo coming in lane from Sona as well. So, both bot lanes looking very aggressive.
Yeah, and that's without even mentioning Vladimir, who has Hemo Plague and also Sanguine Pool alongside Tides of Blood, I should say. So, lots and lots of AoE coming in. Makes sense again. You know, Graves does have somewhat of an escape with his quick draw, but it's also a steroid, so you want to be very kind of sparing on the usage of that. You want to try and get it into the high damage output kind of areas. So again, it makes sense that they'd alleviate Irelia from the situation. And she's just very strong at top lane. I think she is one of those characters that can snowball so ridiculously hard. Having a quick look over onto Tt.dragons, looks like they're going to be locking in the Nocturne, and I haven't quite seen what
Oh,
Glucose has
Twisted
picked up.
Fate.
Ooh, okay, Twisted Fate, nice.
Twisted Fate and Nocturne, the global presence they're going to have on any lane, them ganks are going to be OP, so to speak. That is one of the best combos probably you could get in a team. Then you've got Malphite, then you've got Leona. Wow. Their lineups looking pretty strong. And
It
then
is.
obviously Corki as well.
Super, super strong, because obviously I don't need to tell you, Twisted Fate has his Destiny and Nocturne has his Paranoia. So top lane, for example, where you're going to have to expect Brook Lee on Malphite is going to situate, well, not Brook Lee, but Malphite, can very quickly turn into a 3 versus 1 situation. So it's going to be so difficult for Mouse Sports to try and decide, okay, when do I push top lane, when do I go ahead and just turtle in, because it's so scary. They could be picking up a Rumble, and they've actually locked in Rumble, and that makes a lot of sense, because Rumble is a bully at top. Malphite, of course, is melee. He has the Q, the seismic shard that he can throw out, but apart from that, he is going to get harassed very much from Rumble. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out. Of course, the downside, if Rumble spams out that flame spitter too much and pushes the creep wave, he's going to put himself in contention to get ganked from Nocturne and Twisted Fate. So again, it's that balancing act, Enzi, that I was mentioning before. Do you push or do you go passive?
Yeah, I'm just really looking at Tt.dragons lineup right now, and I've loved what they did. I mean, they've got the jungle as Nocturne. Obviously, he's got that ultimate, can just dive straight in if he's in range. But top lane, you have Malphite with the ultimate who can engage, and then Twisted Fate can ult in, so he has time to just get in there before a flash is burnt on the opposite side. At bot lane, you've got Leona to hit that stun off, and then obviously if they flash away, even then, you know, Corki could just Valkyrie straight in. Then you've got Twisted Fate or Nocturne deciding on, you know, whoever goes in, or even both. So I mean, their ganks and their laning phase when they hit level 6 is going to be very good. I'm probably going to expect to see a Mumu a lot early game. They really need to take advantage of that, because I mean, at level 6, that's when Tt.dragons lineup is really going to shine.
That's very true, and you know, we did mention all the AoE that Mountain Sports brings to the table, but they have two fairly nice counters on the side of Tt.dragons. Like you said, you've got the Solar Flare from Leon, which is going to stun down and slow players, and also the Unstoppable Force from Malphite. So I mentioned before that Malphite-Orianna combination is extremely strong, but with Leona, it still brings a lot to the table. So it's going to be very difficult here for Candy Panda to stay in the right position, because obviously Malphite could just charge onto him, alongside a Nocturne as well, can pop off the Paranoia, and then you've also got Twisted Fate roaming around with Destiny. So very scary stuff coming in for Graves here. I'm really interested to see how this one's going to actually pan out, because two very strong compositions. Also with Graves and Sona together, when they hit level 6, collateral damage and crescendo is going to be more than enough damage to take down a Corki and Leona very quickly. So again, one to watch out for.
I mean, all lanes look to be very interesting. There's about 1 minute 35 left on that delay timer. We are just going to quickly run a few commercials, but we'll be back straight after that, guys. Do not go anywhere. Hello guys and welcome back to the championbase.com fundraising event. I did get it wrong first time, I do apologize. Cough cough, exit. Anyway, it's going to be Tt.dragons up against Mouze. I am Enzi, I'm joined by Metis once again, and we have two very, very interesting lineups for you guys this evening.
We do, and we have a very interesting tournament as well, Enzi. Just jump in, because I've actually alt-tabbed here if any action goes down. But you can go ahead to championbase.com and win yourself an opportunity to go skydiving with 4 League of Legends pros, all expenses paid. All you have to do is donate a minimum of $1 to the championbase.com fundraiser. Goes to the proceeds of Champion Base. It's a new project that's been set up and you can support it very directly, and if you do go ahead and donate more than $5, you get yourself a chance to win one of 150 copies of the t-shirt, support or feed. So definitely go on over there and try and win it, guys.
Anyway, it does look like we might see an invade from Tt.dragons. They are going towards the enemy blue buff, as it looks like Mouze is just laughing in this bush. Some dancing coming out from Vladimir. That's some pro stuff coming in, but there is a ward in this bush, so they're going to see them right now. So we could see an engage of any kind. They have got a Mouze as well in their favour. It depends what Twisted Fate has gone. They're going to go straight in here. Here we go, as Mouze is going to go down. Malphite very low. Ignite popping down. Malphite will fall. Everyone from Mouze is very low. Moma has to retreat. The first blood comes in from Rumble. The stun card is ready from Twisted Fate, but the recall's coming in from Mouze, so a very nice fight for Mouze, even though they are all very low. Malphite will be the first to fall, Rumble will be the first to get a kill, and well, is Nocturne going to stay around here? There are 2 wards in that bush right next to blue, so they do see a Mouze, so they are just going to stay around here, and the Mouze, you know, if you take that blue buff away from Mouze early game, that's really going to hurt him. Graves is going to give the pull, and that's going to signal the start of the stun card coming in from Twisted Fate. Is he going to land it, though? That's the question. No, he's not. He's just going to be trying to get this blue buff. Graves is going to go straight in. Buckshot at the ready as well. Nocturne on the retreat, and here comes Rumble, the guy who did get the first kill. Corki has to go towards bot lane. Leona will follow as well, but Rumble is still on pursuit, and they are going to just flash over the wall, actually, Corki will, and just turn around and do a little bit of juking, but it doesn't look like there is going to be any more kills to be exchanged. So Rumble with the first blood, Malphite the first to fall.
Yeah, and we mentioned before that Rumble would probably be at top. Well, it's Moma, so Moma's going to be taking Rumble mid. It makes a lot of sense. Vladimir can harass Malphite very nicely with his transfusion, and Rumble in mid is just going to consistently put pressure on towards Twisted Fate, so it makes a lot of sense. And of course Rumble has picked up the Amplifying Tome. Meanwhile at top lane you're going to have some action. Malphite going on towards Prothana, but again the sustain from Vladimir too strong, chugging through a health pot and a transfusion up, and that's all that Lycos can do for now. So down to the farming phase, but if you have a quick look at the gold, already 1k in it, and Rumble with Amplifying Tome in mid is going to be a real nightmare for Twisted Fate to contend with.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you know, Malphite going to have to be quite careful at that top lane. The sustain is going to be very good for Vladimir. Nocturne is going to get his blue buff now. It's going to be his first buff of the game as well. Hasn't picked up the red yet. Graves and Sona at bot lane are going to push there. Rumble's actually getting pushed at the tower from Twisted Fate as well, so Mama's going to have to do his best farming these minions up, as Nocturne is going to come down for a little bit of counter jungling, or maybe just going around the back and providing a gank on towards Vladimir. The ward does go down next to that red buff. The red buff is still up on the enemy side of Mouze. And, well, what's Nocturne going to do? He's going to go back towards mid. And, well, he's just going to wait for a Mouze to cross. And, you know, just see where Mouze is going to go. Because that will then give a little indication for Malphite if Mouze is going to come and gank. But the lane is pushed anyway. So, you know, nothing really happening.
Yeah, another thing as well, Enzi, that I was just thinking about before, that we mentioned about Twisted Fate and Nocturne combination. In fact, hold that thought for a second, because Prothana's taking more damage from Glowcast, but he has run out of mana. Coming back in again, red has come up there onto Prothana. The Ignite's been ticked down as well, but Sanguine Pool used, and he will get away from safety. In the meantime, you have some more action towards the bot lane. I thought we did, but that was completely wrong, so I apologise. But yeah, the fact that Prothana is top is going to alleviate a lot of that pressure from the Twisted Fate, Nocturne, and Malphite combination, because he can Sanguine Pool away to safety. So again, another reason why Rumble in mid makes a whole lot of sense, because typically Twisted Fate's not going to pop his ultimate alongside Nocturne just to get a kill in mid when he's already stood there. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, Vladimir can just kind of counter that by just using that Sanguine Pool, like you said. Malphite is actually going to go back. No, he's going to have to cancel it. And Mumu is in the bush, but isn't going to decide to go out anyway. Graves is actually at bot lane, going to be getting a kill. Leona could try and connect these dots to try and get the second, but Graves is just running away like a boss. Buckshot comes out, and Sona picks up the kill. And Leona will fall as well. So there's an assist for Graves. Didn't finish off the kill, but did get a kill in the meantime. The Drayon is in the bush. Malphite did cancel his recall. The probate coming out from Vladimir. Sanguine Pool has been used as well. Here comes Amumu. This is surely shall be yet another kill, and Vladimir will pick that one up at the top lane as Twisted Fate in mid will drop Rumble right at his own tower. Ouch.
Yeah, especially considering that Rumble had first blood and brought an amplifying tome to the lane. Twisted Fate didn't lose a lot of health there, just the ignite ticking down, so he's been bossing mid. Here comes Amumu from the side. Tt.dragons is such a good jungler. Can he land the bandage toss? Answer is a no and a slap to the face, and that's going to allow Twisted Fate to pull himself back and allow Amumu to just soak up some of that XP and gold in mid. But yeah, interestingly enough, Moma had the upper hand in mid, but he has been completely bossed out from Twisted Fate. So Hextech Revolver picked up onto Rumble, and also Vladimir, and Twisted Fate is going to be going with the Doran's Ring.
I'm pretty surprised, just like you. I mean, Rumble got the first blood, he had that gold advantage for himself as well, and Twisted Fate has just been constantly pushing that lane. The CS currently stands Twisted Fate with 33, Rumble with 26 now, and he's currently getting these creeps as well in the mid lane. Graves and Sona are both going to join back towards bot lane. What did Graves pick up? The double Doran's Blades. And Amumu, what's he going to do? He's going to go into the enemy jungle, or maybe wait for a gank to come around on towards Twisted Fate. And you really want to shut that Twisted Fate down in lane. If Twisted Fate can get kills in lane, in his own lane, that's just an add-on for what he can do at level 6, and he is level 6 now, so that's going to be scary, scary stuff. Twisted Fate is going to decide to maybe go towards top lane. Amumu's still in this bush as well. No, he's actually going to cross, and he has been pinged as well. He's going to put that ward down. Amumu is right there. Can he land this bandage toss this time? The answer is yes. Ultimate coming out from Rumble, but Twisted Fate is going to try and ultimate away, and he will do it, but the flash over the wall from Amumu. Will the stun card be ready? And the answer is no as well. Amumu will connect that kill. Brilliant stuff, and a brilliant combination coming out from Amumu and Rumble at that mid lane. Really nice stuff.
And on top of everything else, Destiny was popped, so they don't have to worry about that global presence for about another 2 minutes or so, which again is huge news for Mouze Sports. 5-1 ahead. Crazy, crazy stuff. And Amumu has been involved in 3 of those kills. So let's have a quick look-see at the bot lane. He did mention before, double Doran's Blades and Berserker's Greaves onto Graves. Of course, he does have 1 kill and 2 assists. And you have Vladimir flashing up at bot lane. Ignite has been put as well from Malphite top lane, pardon me. But again, all he's going to do is transfuse his way out of issues, out of problems, because he's Vladimir and that's how he rolls. Nothing that Malphite can do at this point. We do have some pings going down at bot lane, and as I mentioned before, once Candy Panda and Dax hit level 6, watch out for the crescendo collateral damage combination, because it is going to rip through the face of Corki and Leona, and looks like they're trying to just harass down. This is one of the main strengths of Sona. She's very much a harassment support. She can consistently pop down the Qs, and of course that crescendo presence is more than enough to make a lot of AD carries and supports weak at the knees. But look at Nocturne's positioning. He doesn't currently have level 6, but he's very, very close. So at this point, I think that Dax and Candy Panda are feeling fairly comfortable. They're like, we're just going to keep harassing bot lane, wait till Nocturne becomes more of a feature, and then we'll play a bit more passively. So they're really trying to boss this lane right now.
Yeah, this is exactly what we mentioned in the Champs League. Mouze really have to take advantage of this early game. They're doing that so as well. I mean, Amumu's presence on the map, just as a jungler, he's been in the right place at the right time. He's been providing them ganks as well to pick up some kills. He is going to actually gank towards mid lane, misses the bandage toss, so he is just going to go back. But I mean, I've only seen... I haven't even seen Nocturne in a lane yet for a gank. But Amumu is going to go for this counter jungle right now, as Twisted Fate will pick that one up, maybe going to try and gank Twisted Fate once again. Rumble's going to come around the side as well. Ultimate lands, so's ultimate coming down from Amumu as well, but Nocturne's hit level 6, and he's going to try and prop this spear off. It will land onto Rumble, but will Twisted Fate get out alive? Ignite was popping down, he will, but Nocturne is going to bite the dust instead of Twisted Fate, and the bandage toss nearly landing on that Twisted Fate as well. Twisted Fate needs to get out of there, because a tower dive can easily just shut him down. And Mumu has got enough HP. He is level 6, so that is pretty much simple to do. But Nocturne has hit that level 6 now, died instantly, and they're not going to have to worry about that combination of Twisted Fate and Nocturne for a little bit as well.
I would say good guy Nocturne there, though. I would say good guy Nakadup, because he actually saved Twisted Fate. I don't know if you caught this, but Flame Spitter was off from Rumble, who was chasing Twisted Fate down with about 60 HP, and the unspeakable horror, the fear from Nocturne, actually maneuvered Rumble away from Twisted Fate. So his Flame Spitter only just missed Twisted Fate there. It would have been a kill. So Nocturne, right place, right time, going down like a champ and saving his mid. And at this point, you have to feel that Twisted Fate is going to have a huge impact on this game. And he's going to have to keep being very aggressive, very much a constant threat. Because as you said, Nocturne hasn't done a great deal so far in this game. But that's kind of Nocturne in a nutshell. He's not the greatest of gankers pre-level 6. It's really with Paranoia where he begins to have that global presence that we were talking about before.
Absolutely, the ultimate does come in from Twisted Fate as well at the top lane. Exactly what we were saying. Oh, is Vladimir gonna live? No, the ground slam will finally finish him off. For a second I thought maybe Vladimir would survive, but that is not going to happen. So exactly what you said, just as you were saying it, Twisted Fate having a presence once again, popping that ultimate, lands the stun card on Vladimir, and there's a kill.
Oh, apologies, I just took a quick drink and a coughing fit just as I stopped talking. But yeah, indeed, the global presence, way too strong. And at this point, now they're going to be trying to come in to clean up Will Mouze Sports on towards Rumble. Equalizer has been used from Rumble itself. There's the flash and ulti from Tt.dragons. So lots of abilities being burnt in the process, trying to make sure they close down that kill. And indeed they will. So nice play. And it looks like we're going to have a rotation here. Or is it just the case that Vladimir is holding mid until Mouze gets back? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Mouze is going back to mid, so Vladimir is just going to hold mid in the meantime. I thought for a second we're going to have a rotation between top and mid there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they didn't really want them to take the tower down just yet because Nocturne and Twisted Fate were both there, but Vladimir was coming just to save that lane real quick. And Rumble is going to take the reins of mid once again. Vladimir going to exchange back towards top lane. Bot lane, as you can see already, you know, Graves and Sona, they've gone back a lot since Nocturne hit that level 6. They're not going really aggressive right next to the tower now. I mean, they're not going passive, but here comes Leona, going to go straight in on towards Sona. Crescendo is popped off, and look at that burst damage from Graves, but Nocturne is there. He's got to pop the ultimate as well. Dax looks to be falling. Goodbye, Dax. And now Candy Panda has to run. The fear will not proc off because Graves is too near his turret, so Nocturne doesn't want to cross that line. Although Leona is there. Has she got her ultimate up? No, she has not. So I don't think they're going to be diving Graves. Well, it's possible, but I don't think it's really going to happen. So Candy Panda should be alright. Leona taking a lot of damage actually. Smoke Green does go out. Both Corki and Leona are very low, so they're going to go back as well. But, you know, Nocturne ultimate coming in strong.
Yeah, but that's in a nutshell what we're talking about before the game got started with the crescendo and collateral damage combinations at bot lane. It just wasn't enough to pick up Corki. And if you have a quick look at Graves, he has over 1,900 gold. In fact, he has over 2,000 gold, 2,120. So had he gone back early and picked up a BF sword, it would have been more than enough to actually take down Corki and I feel Sona as well. But it's that kind of game where hindsight's 2020, these kind of things don't always come to fruition, and Candy Panda is getting further and further ahead on farm. Look at it, 113 to Graves, 55 for Corki. He's been forced to pick up an Elixir of Fortitude just to stay in close contention. And that is a big telltale sign of, hey, I'm an AD carry and I'm struggling. I need to try and play catch up.
Absolutely. Leona is actually going to dive straight in. Corki going to try and land this kill as Valkyrie will get popped. Twisted Fate ultimating in as well, but I feel a little bit too late. Otherwise, I reckon they would have probably connected another kill on towards Graves as well. But regardless, Corki is going to pick up a kill. But that farm, I mean, Graves and Sona really pushing that early game has done him so well. Completely shut the Corki down at that bot lane. But Corki has got a kill. And, well, we're just going to have to see how this one handles. A Twisted Fate in mid, having to flash away before the bandage toss does connect. Otherwise, I reckon that would have been a kill as well. Rumble did burn his ultimate in the process. Top laner looks like they're just farming it up. How's the CS looking there? Vladimir with 97, Malphite with 82. So Vladimir doing just a little bit better on farm.
Yeah, but it's that bot lane right now that's just sticking out. It's like a sore thumb right now. And, yeah, there's definitely... the case can be made that Corki is getting his his buttocks handed to him. I nearly said something else there, but I'm not going to go that route tonight. But yeah, it's very, very one-sided. But Corky did just pick up a kill courtesy of Leona. Going to have some more action around blue. Nice steal from Dedra. Now going to be jumping on towards Nekada. Unspeakable Horror has been propped off, but they could be going up for the kill onto Malphite, who's just on about 2 bars of HP. Here comes Rumble and Amumu, both of them relatively tanky. But instead, Glucose is going to be going back in towards the fray. Doesn't want to give any assists, so very nearly derped a tiny bit there. In the meantime, at bot lane, Graves will be extending that lead, taking down Leona and the tower as well. So just crazy action all over the map. And what I meant by derping is that obviously had Malphite have just given his life to Prothana, it would have been 1 kill and 1 kill only with no assist. He very nearly walked into Rumble on top of that.
Absolutely, Mumu actually popped that armor, but Nocturne is in the right place at the right time. Will the Taunt proc off? The answer is yes. Corky's there as well. He'll finish the kill off on towards Mumu, but Graves is there as well to pick up the pieces on towards Twisted Fate. Corky's very low, having a flash over the wall. Sona is very low. No, it was actually Graves as Corky will land. Yeah, another kill. Fear coming off as well from Nocturne. It looks like they're going to get yet another one as well. And well, Corky with a couple there, Nocturne as well. Nice stuff from Tt.dragons. Twisted Fate the only one to fall, so it's a 1-for-3 exchange. Nice.
Well, Corky is clasping his hands together, looking into the heavens and saying thank you, Lord, because that basically just gave him a lifeline in this game. You know, yes, he's still miles behind on creep score. Yes, he's still miles behind on item build. But those 3 kills and 2 assists have definitely given him an opportunity. He's now got the pickaxe, and it's going to come down to that key word that we used to mention time and time again, Enzy, way back in the day, positioning. It's going to be positioning now between the 2 AD carries. Who can get the better positioning? Who can make something happen? In the meantime, Moma in mid is getting really pasted down from Leona, and also Brook Lee will be getting taken down, will Rumble, from Malphite's ulti, who somehow managed to escape from that situation with Ignite ticking down. Now I'm going to try and turn the tide on towards Brook Lee in the form of Prothana, but Brook Lee will manage to escape. So Tt.dragons are making somewhat of a comeback. But we'll actually go for Dragon here, because it is feasible that Mouse Sports could pick up Dragon with the amount of damage output that Candy Panda is bringing to the table.
Yeah, but you know, you've got Twisted Fate, he still has his ultimate up as well, and there is a ward there, so they're going to be able to see that, and you know, if Twisted Fate can just ultimate in and try and steal it, or maybe do some damage. Nocturne, I think he did use his ultimate, yeah, that fight before, but it's strange, you know, early game we were saying how good Amumu was doing, Tt.dragons with Amumu, with his positioning, but now the tides have really changed. Nocturne, after hitting that level 6, has just been in the right place at the right time, and now Nocturne and Twisted Fate are going to go on towards this dragon. And well, Graves is in this bush, and Twisted Fate is going to pop his ultimate just in case, just revealing the vision of all players on the map, so they should be able to get this no problem whatsoever. Nocturne will finish that one off. Twisted Fate is going to ultimate right now in towards, where? Bot lane. Oh, I thought he was about to fight then, because Nocturne was going towards mid and Rumble and Mumu were there.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it was Pops first and foremost to see where the enemy team was, and it was going to run out of kind of destiny,
yeah.
So he just went down and he's like, okay, I'm going to farm bot lane for a little while. We've picked up dragons, so we're ahead in that couple minute kind of time frame on gold. Obviously, overall, they are actually quite a long distance behind for 18 minutes, and that's mainly down to bot lane, I have to say. 5 players strong for Mouse Sports in mid at the moment, trying to take down this tier 1 tower. They are going to do that with complete ease, and in the meantime, Twisted Fate did move his way towards mid, but a bit too late from his team's perspective. I don't think they would have bothered to defend that anyway. It wasn't really worth the couple of deaths that would have ensued.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't even think Nocturne's ultimate was up. Twisted Fate was bot as well, so they just let that one go. Blue buff is going to be handed to Amumu, and now they're going to try and reverse the tides and get this tier 1 turret. Rumble is going to use his ultimate to try and stop this, actually. They really want to keep this turret alive, and Malphite is very, very low, and there's the ultimate coming in from Vladimir. Sanguine Port as well, going straight in. Amumu ultimate, Crescendo coming across. Nocturne is going to bite the dust. A double kill from Sona. Amumu with one as well on the enemy support of Leona, and Twisted Fate and Corky very low as well. Bandage Toss did miss. I do feel like if that would have landed, that would have been a definite kill on towards Twisted Fate. But there we go. 3 kills for Mouse, and now they're going towards this Baron. There's no wards there, so they have this practically for free. Twisted Fate's ultimate isn't up, Nocturne's ultimate isn't up. They're just taking advantage of an opportunity. Brilliant play from Mouse.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the things about these caliber of teams, is that as soon as you have an advantage, as long as Baron is up, they're going to go for it. 18, 19 minutes, early Baron, okay, nearly 20 minutes in fact, but the opportunity was there, NZ, and they pounced on it. 3 players were down, that was more than enough time. They're way ahead on goal. I mean, look at that, 24k to 32k after 20 minutes is a colossal chunk of change there in favour of Mouze Sports, and a Baron buff to boot. So it's difficult to see how Tt.dragons are going to be able to really pull this one back in the near future. They're going to have to turtle in a tiny bit, play fairly safe. And the reason why the equalizer was used from Rumble in mid was to clear the creep wave, because of course the equalizer has such a low cooldown. It's about 86 seconds, okay, yeah, 86.4 second cooldown, so a minute and 20 seconds is pretty much nothing in League of Legends terms, so you'll get that back very, very quickly.
Yeah, nearly a 10k gold difference, Vince. I mean, Tt.dragons even got a dragon as well. Obviously, Mouze did just pick up that Baron, but I mean, that bot lane has been a huge influence on that gold difference. 180 creeps for Graves and 101 for Corki. And this is the bad thing about it. I mean, Corki's got 3 kills. Yeah, he is pretty strong, you know, he's got that Zeal in. And he's got Vampire Acceptor, but he hasn't got really any damage except for that pickaxe coming in. So he's forced to basically farm it out now and try and pick up the pieces he left at the start. But Twisted Fate is waiting for an ultimate, I can only guess, as Graves is there. He is pushing. He doesn't want to overextend. The stun card is ready. Graves is going to back away at the right time, as Twisted Fate is actually going to come around the corner and anticipate maybe Graves trying to go to red. No, Graves is just going to go straight across. I mean, they don't want to risk any engaged Tt.dragons here, because I mean, you know, the enemy team of Mouze have got that Baron buff, and they are going to be charging down at mid lane.
And they're definitely ahead, NZ, on items as well. I mean, Bloodthirst, the Zeal, and the Cloak of Agility. We do have a Bandage Toss and the ultimate from Mouze. We're going to kick things off nicely. Rumble will pick up the kill on towards Leona, Vladimir onto Twisted Fate, and that's the very reason why Tt.dragons do not want to pick up any team fights, and a beautiful combination from Graves will signify the end of Game 2 here, and Mouze will pick it up comfortably. So that's 1-1 overall in this best of 3, as I understand it. And a very, very comfortable, confident display for Mouze Sports at the end there, NZ. Just way, way too strong. They got the advantage, and very Moscow 5-esque, pushed it home quickly and briskly. They really punished Tt.dragons there.
I'm just surprised. I mean, looking at the lineups, you can't deny Tt.dragons, their lineup looks so strong just from champions on their own. But that bot lane Graves and Sona combination came in very, very strong, kept pushing that lane early on, and you know, the CS just went up and up and up, and by the time, you know, they reached level 6, they were getting quite strong. He already had the difference, he had more damage, so he could carry that on and could just snowball the game. So I really have to, you know, tip my hat off to Graves and Sona at that bot lane, and obviously the whole team. I mean, Rumble did get that first blood as well, but there was just a kind of... There was a moment in that game where I thought, you know, Tt.dragons may be able to come back into that. That's when Corki got the 2 kills, but after that, I mean, Mouze were just dominant. Dominate. I don't know how to say it.
Dominant, yeah, I fully agree. And I think one of the things that you actually brought up before, Nico, is that you have a look at the 2 junglers. Tt.dragons and Mouze was very, very active. He was constantly pressuring the lanes. He may not have been picking up kills here, there, and everywhere, but just pressuring sometimes is enough, just to keep the opposition on their toes. On the flip side, Nocturne Nekada wasn't really that kind of influential. No one was really fearing him until level 6. So it gave the chance for Graves and Sona, who are very much a harassment-based lane, to push down Corki and Leona. Corki needs decent farm early game. Leona needs to be quite a threat in the lane. And alongside a Mouze coming down to bot, they couldn't do a great deal. And for me, that kind of signified the beginning of the end, that Graves is just getting so far ahead. We said at one stage it was like 55 creep score to Corki and something along the lines of 120 to Graves. It's massive, massive differences like that that really set the tone of the matchup.
Absolutely, and that really made the goal difference, like, just right at the start, right at the get-go. That bot lane from Graves and Sona, amazing. That's all I have to say. And I mean, they did such a great job at shutting that Malphite down early. That's what they had to do. They knew level 6 Malphite in team fights, that he's going to be strong regardless, whatever happens. That ultimate is going to come into play, but they did their best to shut him down. They did. So a great job from Mouze.
Yeah, I mean, Malphite really does depend on the rest of his team to put down the damage. I mean, he's not going to nuke down 5 players by himself, even if he's full AP build. Yes, it's going to do a massive chunk of damage, but you need the rest of your team following in. And the problem there is that even with Unstoppable Force on the playing field, he would jump in, but afterwards, where does the damage come from? You know, Twisted Fate, he's very good at picking people off. He's very good with the kind of harassment with his wild cards, but he's not exactly going to nuke someone down in a heartbeat. And Corki, as you said, at one stage only had a pickaxe for damage compared to a Bloodthirster and a Zeal from Graves. So again, fair enough, Malphite goes in with his ultimate, but nothing really followed it up.
Absolutely. I mean, that's exactly what you need. You know, it's all right having a Malphite. You know, Malphite undeniably is a very strong champion, especially with that armor, can do wonders for a team. And I just think Mouse were just so smart. You know, they picked the right fights, and you know they took opportunities home, and they just won it. That's it. So Mouse will be winning the second game against Tt.dragons. So I think it's 1-1. I think you mentioned, Vince.
Yep.
I'm not sure when the third game is going to begin, or if it's going to be casted by us. I think it might be casted by Pulse and Spud. I'm not sure.
I've messaged on Skype, but I'm yet to get an answer. So I'm just going to run through some of the details and the reason why we're doing this tournament today, ladies and gents. If you want to win yourself an opportunity to go parachute jumping, skydiving, with 4 League of Legends pros, it's Ocelot, Moma, Nekadup, and who was the 4th player? Can you help me out with that one, Hexer? Nif. Okay, yeah. SK Gaming Nif. So if you want to go ahead and meet the pros, all expenses paid, you need to donate a minimum of $1 to the project over at championbase.com. It's a new project, and they need some support and some love, guys. So get on over there and get donating to win yourself this opportunity. And if you donate more than $5, you also give yourself a chance to win one of 150 copies of their latest T-shirt, Support or Feed. So again, head on over to championbase.com and win yourself some awesome goodies. In the meantime, I think we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, Enzi, and when you rejoin this stream, not too sure who's going to be casting. It could be myself and Enzi, or Spuddington and Pulse, but either way, we're going to have more awesome League of Legends action coming up for you very shortly. See you after this.